It's week 5 of the National Football League. And up next, we're going to look at...
Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And off we go from Denver. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down. Running it with David Montgomery. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Complete, it's Myers. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 47. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. Back to the air, Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Looking to throw Mahomes. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Extra point try is good by Wright. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
A win is a win for him. Whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, Or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just one touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Fair catch made, a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be Texans football. This Texans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, we're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
Here's 2nd and 11. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Myers. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Broncos get set to take over. 1st and 10 from the 41. Going play action, Tagovailoa. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
And that's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. He's on the move. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw, Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. Out now come the Texans on offense. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Connection made to Tremble. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 41. Called in left side. And they had that one contained right at the line. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Another throw for Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up 4th down. Corliss Waitman out there again to punt this away. Secures this at the 17. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They've got 1st down from the 31. Tua now from the gun. It's caught. Ferguson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it on 2nd and short. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. A quick slant into the hands of Downs. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He keeps it and takes off. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Texans' 22-yard line.
They send the tight end in motion. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Hauled in by Downs. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Gain on the play. That's another Broncos 1st down.
On the option, they give it to Brooks. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's got it. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Brooks. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll try and punch it in. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Broncos can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos tie this game 7-7. On now is Cook to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. Catch made by Mitchell. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Running back sent in motion. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. This one quickly to Harrison. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. He's got a man left. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up third and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. Flush down now to his left. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Prater puts it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's a return from the 7. Denver set to take the field on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, it's Brooks. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Milton Williams making the stop. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Escapes the pocket. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. Ferguson's got it. Complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Tagovailoa looking to throw here on 3rd and 1. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they're left with 4th and short. Logan Cook on to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. The Texans are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They bring their tight end left. 1st down throw, Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up a Houston first. Back to the air, Mahomes. Gets him on the in route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Again, Mahomes to throw. This finds Mitchell complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They gain 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. Another throw for Mahomes. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. First field goal was good. His 2nd look from inside of 45 yards. Prater puts it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Fielded just shy of the end zone. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines, but hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Bo Nix, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Are they going to run him down? And the tackle saves a touchdown, but they still take over inside the red zone.
Hey, I know we all wanted to see him finish that score. His teammates certainly did as he was rolling down the field. But this offense will tip the cap and say thank you kindly and try to go finish the touchdown off themselves.
The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for him. Here's Brooks. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Tua now from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Now Tua to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Return coming from the 6. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Texans and Marvin Harrison Jr. set for this next possession. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. They motion the tight end over. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Myers, the motion man here. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
From just shy of midfield on second down. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Cut near the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust.
And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans push their lead further to start the half. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Running once more with Brooks. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That one vehemently swatted away. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And the fair catch secure here at the 16. No return on that punt. And the Texans' drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Broncos offense all set to go. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're sometime into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his number one premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense like they've done.
He's keeping it. Now we see after that play, one of the Broncos having a little bit of trouble out there. They're going to head out to look at him. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the give, it's Brooks. And he has it down in the 8-yard line on the play. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Brooks. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he'll take this up to around the 30-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Motioning the tight end now. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. This is brought in at the 15. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing again, Mahomes. He brings it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They kick the running back in motion. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Houston. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Right there to tack on the point after. And the Texans double their lead to 14.
Broncos 13.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos and Jonathan Brooks ready to begin another drive. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 31. Getting out to his... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's got time here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air, Mahomes. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a hit wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Downs will go in motion left. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He was taken down.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we'll pause for an injured player, and everyone here holding in their collective breath. It's Tua Tagovailoa in need of some attention. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on third. Throwing from near his own goal line. Has a man. It's Brooks. And he gets this across the 10 before stepping out.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. This is hauled in by Myers. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
They send a tight end in motion. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Connection made to Tremble. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
From the 23. This finds Mitchell complete. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Back to the air, Mahomes gets this one to Harrison. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 4-yard line.
Another throw for Mahomes. He's got it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. 1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead.
At the 3-yard line.
Again, Mahomes to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans have likely locked up the win right there. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Broncos 13.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here comes the Bronco offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Airing it out to start this drive. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
The coverage by Dorian Williams.
Dropping back to throw. Caught by Flowers. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New set of downs for him at the 38.
And the Broncos first down.
Still sticking with the passing game. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Throwing it again here. Got a man, Palmer has it. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That's another Broncos 1st down.
He'll throw it yet again. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They're now set for 1st and 10.
That's another Denver Broncos.
Hand off here for Brooks. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
That's another Broncos.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. And oh, he got it. Interception. Devin Lloyd making the play.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Catch made by Mitchell. Give him 24 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Texans.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And there wasn't much he could do there. A small gain to the 43. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Handoff running right, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Blitz coming, Mahomes. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Texans on their way to their 3rd win of the year. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's Montgomery on the counter. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So the Texans come away with the road win. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week.
It was up there. Let's go, baby. Let's go. First down. Let's go, boys. Hey, let's go. You know what we did, baby. Good job. Good job. We need the end zone, baby. Way to go, bro. You going for the 2? All right. Give me back right now. Let's go. Hey, man, he's doing this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go.